we've got a new episode of X-Men 97 out on Disney Plus, and it is a banger of an episode, episode 5, and it's titled Remember It, and a lot happened in episode 5. Before we get into that, just a quick 60-second flyby. Episode 4 was Motendo, two-parter Motendo, which was a takeoff of Nintendo 90s games with Jubilee and Sunspot, dealing with Mojo, luring them into a game. We see an older Jubilee help out the younger Jubilee.
Which is played by the original voice actors, by
Pretty
the way,
cool.
in case anybody didn't notice that.
And then you have the second part of that, which deals with life, death with Forge and Storm, which I think will tie into the larger story plot line around Forge constructing the device that took away Storm's power, and he feels, like he loves her and wants to help her get it back, and she's upset and leaves. So, it's an interesting play into that, but episode 5 is really where it takes off, and it really deals with, you have two settings. You have the X Mansion. You've got Cyclops being interviewed by Trish, the journalist, and he clearly starts to become a little bit of that anti-hero type of saying, look, you humans wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for us. He doesn't want to talk about the Jean Grey, Madeline Pryor thing with Nathan Summers, his child. And so you see that. You see a kiss with Wolverine and Jean Grey. But then we get to Genosha. And that's what this episode's all about. And it seems that like it's a mid-season cliffhanger type where you've got the Genosha where the mutants has sanctuary and Magneto is their leader and they're being entered into the United Nations. And you see a bunch of characters. I saw Dazzler. We meet Nightcrawler first.
Great character.
Nightcrawler, amazing character, hanging out with Gambit and Rogue. And so really cool to see Nightcrawler. They did Nightcrawler really well. And then we see a little bit more of the love triangle between Gambit and Magneto and Rogue. While she can't touch Gambit physically, she can touch Magneto. And we see a callback to the past where Rogue and Magneto were living together.
Yeah, right.
Waking up in each other's arms, so to speak. So kind of adult themes there. I don't think you want every kid to watch it, or you maybe want to fast forward past those
Well, it
parts.
was always marketed towards, those children that have now grown up. And I think the people that are making this show are fans as kids and, they're grown up. So I love that. I mean, if you really compare it to the original show, the writing and everything, it's amazing I'm saying this, but it is a lot better. I mean, it's
the best thing on Disney Plus. Consistently, first 5 episodes that I've watched. I enjoyed some aspects of The Mandalorian before we got to season 3, but consistently the first 5 episodes, this has been great.
I feel like a kid again. Like I'm actually excited.
The animation
for the
really
next
cool,
week.
By the
it's
way.
Amazing. In motion, we were worried about maybe some of the still frames and things like that, but in actual motion, it looks amazing. I think it's one of the best animated shows on TV, honestly.
But basically, the storyline wise, is that we were having this party, this ball, and Magneto and Rogue are kind of going to be on the council together, along with Sebastian Shaw and Emma Frost, and then the human girl that was played by Rose Byrne in the movies, that's on the council as well.
That's Myra McTaggart.
Yeah, and that was played by Rose Byrne. Really cool. So, but then right in the middle of the ball, we have an attack. The Sentinels, like a super Sentinel attack, and we see Cable jump in from the future. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And he says he's coming. So who's he referencing when he says he's coming?
I don't know. I don't know if he meant that Sentinel.
Or something larger.
Yeah, I don't know. There's theories that it's Cassandra Nova, because that's kind of that's the story similar to the comics. She uses these things called Savage Sentinels.
Cassandra Nova in the new Deadpool Wolverine movie.
So they could be doing that. Could have something to do with Apocalypse. Usually when you see Cable, you see Apocalypse nearby. So
he gets drawn back into the future, and then they're losing. It looks like Sebastian Shaw was dead. A lot of mutants were dead. You had, what was the character, Leech?
Yep.
That thinks they're not going to be saved, and then Magneto saves them. And then you have Magneto, who appeared to die, but wasn't really confirmed, wasn't clear. And then they're going to be defeated, and then Gambit takes on the Super Sentinel. At the very end, basically says, the name's Gambit, remember it. Yeah. And Gambit dies, saving everybody. And the episode ends with Rogue. She's already told Magneto that she has more of a real connection, deeper connection with Gambit. So she learns that the physical connection is not as strong as the one.
Gambit never knows. He never gets to hear that.
He doesn't get to hear it. So he's lifeless body's laying there, and she finally gets to touch him, and it ends on a cliffhanger. Will we see them go back in time with Storm somehow to save them? We don't know, but it was a hell of a cliffhanger. The first 5 episodes, I highly recommend it. Is it enough to purchase Disney Plus? No, but if you like X-Men, it's a hell of a first 5 episodes.
What I would do is I'd wait till the entire series runs, and then I would purchase it for a month and binge watch it. I would do that. Right. It's good for at least
a month.
Absolutely.
Your money to watch the full season.
Look, we've trashed Disney on a lot of things, and I think rightfully so. But you got to give credit where credit's due, and it's a great show.
Heck of a first 5 episodes.
Of all the shows I would want to be good, this is one of the ones I was looking forward to the most, and it has not disappointed me. It's gives me some hope for X-Men.
Hopefully it's not the end of Gambit. We see Gambit return, and we see more of Wolverine. We got to see more.
We wanted to see more Gambit, and this was his best episode yet. But then they killed him off. So I think it will be temporary. Usually with cable, there's time travel,
and you got to give props to Bo DeMayo, who was let go from Disney, the showrunner for this.
Did a great job. Yeah.
Hell of a job so far. First 5 episodes.
Absolutely.
So definitely, earns that praise. And so we'll see how the rest of it turns out. What did you like about the episode? Are you watching X-Men 97? What are your thoughts? If you're watching it, your favorite characters, what do you look forward to? What do you not like about it? Let us know. While you're doing that, smash that like button, hit the notifications bell for future content, and do us the biggest favor, hit subscribe so we can continue to grow our channel and TCB.